Right, cladding. It's composite cladding. It's one of the easiest cladding systems I've ever fit, and to be fair, there isn't a lot to it. You've literally got your cladding, you've got some corner pieces, some end pieces, and some bracket corners, like a right angle that sits over. And we'll use the right angle just because it makes it a lot easier working it out. So basically, that's all it is. Look, slatted cladding. It's got some ridges on the back there, which when your slate batten goes on there, like so, you still got a bit of air movement up there, although it is composite, it's no maintenance, and you're never going to have to look after it. I mean, maybe give it a jet wash down now and again. What I've done is, obviously my doors and windows take time to come, so I've created these profiles. They're 5mm bigger on each dimension, bigger than the windows. I fit them in, pull them forward, I cut my cladding around that, because I know then when my window goes in, I'll put my trims on, and that'll be nice. That 5mm will be enough for me to play with. So they're in nice now, so just literally fitting this cladding and moving along. Right, so what I've done, I put some additional battens on, followed the window profile around and left a few mil clearance, because I know when I put my side trim on, I'll have something to fix to there as well. So basically it's as simple as that. And like I showed you before, them screws there, them panhead screws, there they are. Whoa, camera works all over the place. These panhead screws there, they will just sit behind, so they'll sit there. So they'll sit there like that, nice and flat, and then that profile then will go in there like that. Give it a little punch in there like that, and it's locked in place, and then you just screw your next one. Yeah, so as simple as that really. Nice and easy to fit. So I just wanted to cut around the windows now. And carry on basically. There's not a lot to show you on it, you know, it's composite cladding, it is what it is. Oh, I'll tell you what I've done as well, look. I've put a little mesh on there at the bottom, just to sit my trims on more than anything else. I'm not concerned about insects climbing up. We live in the UK, for God's sake. You know, I mean, I've got a house, it's 80, 90 years old, and I don't have wasp nests all over it, you know what I mean? If I did, I'd sort them out. But anyway, that's there basically, just to sit that profile on, just so that I can keep them all level along bottom. Top doesn't matter so much, yeah, because that's going to get covered by a trim. So we're just going to work our way down now, and then hopefully fly around the back. Right, we need to think about power, and getting power into the building. Now, I know I started with this back panel here, so the side panel is 100mm thick. So that there's the side panel. This is the back panel where we could get into the building. So anywhere here now, yeah, is where I want to go into the building. Now what I'm thinking is, this is the plan might not work, but we'll see, is get a piece on there like that. Got this containment unit, I'm going to cut out 2 stripes, sink it in, yep, maybe actually sink it all the way in. What I was thinking is just cut the stripes out and sink it back, but what I might actually do is sink it all the way in, fix it back to the metal, then it's got 2 little grommets on the bottom there. I'm going to cut this slate batten out and cut that air vent out there as well, so the cable can be fed up into the box. There will be cable coming out of the building into the box, and then we can have a connection. So that's what we're going to go for. That's what we're aiming for. What I'm going to do, when I cut this, I know it's going to split, so I'm going to stick some more screws in there, then cut it, and it'll come off. But what we're going to do is, so we want it there, yeah. We want it there. So what I think I'll do is I'll cut that section out there, and then on the next board I'll cut another 2 out there, or whatever it works out at. So what we need to do is get rid of that slate batten there, and get rid of that slate batten there. Yeah, cut that out and get rid of it. So that's what we're going to aim for. So I'm going to try, get some screws in here so it doesn't split. That's the torque bit, so that won't do it. Get a screw in there. Get a screw in there. Cut that. That'll do away with that. Now we need to get rid of that vent. Cut this vent out there as well. And what we'll do with that is just bend that up and get it out of the way. And then in theory, when that's fixed on there, cables can be pushed up through these grommets. That's the plan. That is the plan. Right, so there's my board up. I'm going to offer that up there, possibly. So what I'm going to do now is try and cut this out as neat as possible so it looks nice. And what we'll do, we'll take that right across to there, because look, it just fits in too. So we're going to take it right across to the side, cut that out, and see how we go. What I'm also going to do is just stick another batten behind there, because obviously I've cut that batten out, there's no more strength there anymore. So we're just going to stick another one there, just to beef that up a little bit. It's quite difficult to cut super accurate, trim it off with a knife and stuff like that, but a bit of black silicone won't go wrong. So what I'm thinking is your cable can just go up there, straight into the bottom of the box, connect, we'll drill through there, straight into there, job done. So let's have a look. Like I said, it's not like wood, you know, you can't work it like wood, it's not as easy as that. But a bit of black silicone, like I said, will be job good. And no point in putting that batten in there unless I put a screw in it, is there? Losing track. And as I said before on the last video when we were battening it, these screws are going through the cladding, through the batten and into the metal as well, so you're going to double fix on that. Right, have a look at this. Get it to the right level. Right, what I've noticed there now, I've just bent that down a little bit. Just give it a little jiggle. Get that. Just try to see which is the best way to get the fixing in there, because what's going to happen with that now, it's fallen quite badly for me. It's not quite as far along as what I want. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not quite what I wanted. So I might have to put another bit of a board or an end. You can get like a joining strip where you can put female to female and put that in there to get round to this, because obviously when that goes on there like that, it's going to be off, and I don't know if that corner's going to cover that, so what we might have to do is just get another little slice in there, but we'll see what happens when that comes to it. Anyway, what about this is what we're looking at, isn't it? So that's going to go on there like that. It's just a little bit tight, just wants maybe a little smidgen out of it here and there. Probably that corner there is where I'm looking at. Let's get this fixed first. They were expensive, these screws. 50 odd quid for 4 boxes, but I mean, they're pretty good, pretty decent. Head's a little bit too big on them. It's looking good there and there. Just that top corner there. This is quite difficult to try and cut any kind of a curve with a bloody sanding knife blade, but we'll see. What I might have been better off doing is drilling the corners out with a 10mm spade bit or a drill bit or something like that, just to get that round. I think it'll go. Just catching on that corner there. Well, I've obviously put it upside down, yeah. Like I said, bit of silicone in there, and I'm pleased with that. That's nice and flush in it, so my cable can go up there, it can get into there. As flush as it comes, in it, really, just a little bit of silicone up top. It's not perfect, but it's all right. So with a similar scenario, we want to fit this outdoor socket. It sticks out quite a lot, so I'm going to flush it back in a little bit. Flush it back in, I'm going to stick it back in a little bit if I can. So we're going to stick a template on there. I've temporarily fixed these 2 boards. We're going to draw around it, take them off, cut them out, put them back on, and hopefully it'll fit. Right, so we've got a template on. We've measured up from, but I've cut this card straight yesterday, straightish. We've measured up equal distance so we know socket's going to sit straight. So hopefully, when we cut this out, it'll go in. Or maybe not. I've already balled one board up, 70mm difference in board that I cut. Cut it 70mm wrong. 70mm wrong? Cut it 70mm short. So I balled one board up. It's a bit of a pain, but that's it, that's template. Let's see if it works. Looking good there. A little bit high on there, so I think I'll take a little bit of that bottom out there with multi-tool. Again, a bit of silicone around there, and the job done, right? Happy with that. So the beauty of this one, it's actually got a little lip, so when you take the back box off, it's got a tiny lip, more flared on the top and the sides, which goes over the cut, which is better obviously than that one on the side there, because it's got no lip on there. So take the back box off, drop that in, and when you put the lid on, it covers all the cut, which is obviously what you need when you're cutting this plastic, because it don't cut great. Do you know what I mean? It cuts easy, you just don't cut straight or great. So there you go, super easy to do, maintenance free, doesn't take long, cost effective. Remember that, you're going to save yourself 50% if you cut it and build it yourself. Get yourself a build pack. Right, so like I said, maintenance free, composite cladding. We'll deal with these corners when I get the corners. I sent the wrong ones this morning, but it is what it is. I'm a few boards short because I've underestimated. It is what it is. I would try to save money, but I balled one up, you see. But that's it. You can see where it's going. You can see what it's looking like. It's going to be a proper stunning little unit, is this.